Hi, I'm Emily, one of the SEs at Lucid, and I'm going to be running through a couple of the updates that are a little bit more AI oriented. It's worth keeping in mind that Lucid is really oriented towards both synchronous, so everyone in the dock at the same time, and asynchronous work. So we might be asking everyone to add their ideas ahead of the actual meeting. Aside from initial brainstorming, which remember, Lucid does have these collaborative AI capabilities to say generate sticky notes or ask you to generate more ideas or sort them or summarize them with AI, we've added an additional option related to mind maps. So I could actually quite easily come in and expand a mind map with additional ideas or questions. This makes it really easy for the team to come in, potentially delete ideas they're not interested in pursuing, and start to get some ideas ahead of the meeting so they're ready to actually get to work when they meet together. When the team is actually ready to work, Lucid also has AI capabilities that were recently released to help you get faster and better at that too. For example, Lucid obviously supports a ton of different shape libraries you could use to manually build. But with our Generate Diagram AI, you can actually give it something like a simple prompt and ask it to go ahead and generate the diagram for you. This will support flowcharts, class diagrams, sequence diagrams, and more, and will continue to evolve and grow bigger. As you can see here, Lucid will draw, in this case, a sequence diagram for you, which you then can continue to iterate on within Lucid Chart. Whether that's changing styles, adjusting how it actually looks, and collaborating with your team, you have the initial pass at the diagram ready to go quickly and easily. Lucid is also expanding AI capabilities when it comes to integrations. For example, you can just grab a link to any Lucid diagram, drop it in one of your team Slack channels, and Lucid will actually populate the ability to summarize the document using AI. This will give your teammates a quick and easy glimpse at what they're actually supposed to jump in and see, which is especially useful in larger complex diagrams. One of the most exciting upcoming AI integrations is with Microsoft Copilot and Graph Connector. Copilot will be able to surface different Lucid documents as part of searches and also be able to do things like summarize those documents, as well as potentially generating Lucid diagrams directly from things like, say, a Word document that you have access to. We're super excited for this integration with Lucid, Microsoft Copilot, and other AI features.
Hi, I am 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗶𝚀, Senior Solutions Engineer at Lucid. I wanted to create this quick video around our ChatGPT plugin that we have. This plugin is only available for Plus users of ChatGPT. Make sure that when you go into the apps that are inside or the plugins that you enable just the Lucid plugin, and it will be quite fascinating to show you. So let's say that I have a question about what kind of ice cream I want to eat today. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT, can you help me figure out if I should eat ice cream today? And so in typical ChatGPT fashion, it'll provide some logic and context of what should be taken into consideration when you are buying ice cream. And since we have the Lucid plugin available, it's asking if I would like to have a decision flowchart involved. And I'll say yes, and it will go in, and because of our plugin, it will go in and create a diagram for us that will make it visual to make it a bit easier for us to understand what's going on. So this is actually a quite powerful feature that we have. It helps you kind of jumpstart a thought process that you may have if you use any of our templates that we have within Lucid, but you still are not quite finding exactly a template that you need helpful with. You can use this ChatGPT plugin that will help be able to establish some logic, some rules, some ideas within your ChatGPT. So here it is. You can actually see the flowchart that's been created. And since it's the Lucid plugin, I can actually go into the Lucid product and edit it myself, where I can take advantage of the shape libraries or be able to encourage others to help collaborate with me in figuring this out. The fun thing is also, since it's ChatGPT, I could also include additional logic that I'm figuring out, may have not covered this or anything like that. Let's say, can you help me figure out the amount of ice cream I should eat also in this chart. Let's see if it figures something out new. So it looks like we're successful within this, and it's helping us figuring out and probably include some additional logic of how about the amount of ice cream, because sometimes you just want to just get your taste or your desire of ice cream taken care of with a couple of bites, or it's just a crazy hot day, you just want a whole bowl of it. And so it's created a new diagram for us, and you can see here at the bottom that is included how much ice cream to eat. And so it's actually included text within lines that I saw in there. And this is probably one of the most powerful features that gets me so excited about Lucid, is that our AI capabilities, being able to tell my story and be able to see it visually within Lucid very quickly. This is fun. Well, let me know if you have any questions, but I hope this is helpful for our ChatGPT plugin. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Take some time to talk with you about how collaborative AI can transform your productivity and innovation, ultimately empowering teams to unleash that potential of divergent thinking, fostering creativity and innovation in those workshops, boosting productivity, and achieving more in even less time. With collaborative AI, you can start in multiple ways. We've all experienced blank canvas syndrome at some point or another. Ways we can push past that is through the use of collaborative AI. Maybe we're just trying to brainstorm different ways we can improve agile ceremonies. A simple click of a button, I can enter a prompt and generate ideas that get the wheels moving. Clicking on other sticky notes, you can easily generate more ideas. Maybe I do need to get better at time management, but I don't have a good sense of what that means. All I have to do is click the sticky note, and collaborative AI can generate more ideas for you. In just a click of a button, it will give you some ideas to ponder until you come to something that's actionable and that your team can continue to build on. That's just one of the ways you can use collaborative AI. Additionally, you can summarize boards. If you have a large board and you want to summarize what's happening here, simply highlight the items on the canvas and click on Collaborative AI to summarize. After you do that, it will give you an output or a summary of the items that you've chosen. As you can see here, it will highlight that we have 9 ways to improve agile team meetings. I want to highlight another use case that's really great for Scrum teams or product managers. And using collaborative AI, we can sort those ideas. When you click sort, what it's going to do is look at all of the contents within the sticky notes that you've chosen and start to group these in containers with common themes so that you can get a sense of where feedback resides within the team. As you can see here, we're looking at UI improvements, email issues, authentication, maybe even some messaging that can be improved. This just helps you move from brainstorming into action that much faster. All the rest of the suite is available to you, where you can easily click on items and convert them into bidirectionally synced tasks or our in-house Lucid cards. I hope this is helpful. If you'd like to know more about collaborative AI and how to work more deeply with this, feel free to check out our ChatGPT integration as well. That can be accessed from the homepage, simply going into the homepage of Lucid, clicking on integrations, and looking for ChatGPT.
Hi, my name is Jaxson Perry, and I'm a solutions engineer here at Lucid. I wanted to create a quick video that is diving into our ability to utilize AI within Lucid Chart. Now, with our ever adventure into AI and the capabilities ever growing, I wanted to create a little bit of a focus in terms of what is capable with Lucid Chart specifically. So with that, we actually have a blank diagram right now that we're looking at. And what you can do inside of this blank diagram is pretty easy. So over on the left-hand side where we would normally see our shapes panel, you'll actually go down just a little bit to this star icon that is generate diagram. Go ahead and click on that, and you're going to get started with with describing the diagram that you'd like to look into. So at this point, tell AI about your diagram in detail. So we can say, draw a flow chart that defines the relationship between the sales team, the, let's say, implementation team, and the onboarding, or sorry, let's say support, and the support team for onboarding a new customer. And let me correct my spelling here. There we go. And we'll just click generate. So at this point, it's going to generate our diagram. And there we go. So pretty straightforward. Looks like we got start, sales team, sales product, implementation team, sets up product for customer, support team provides ongoing support. Now, the nice thing about this diagram is that this creates all individual shapes that we can start to use, start to adjust, start to make changes to it. So if I make things, I can add more context to this. If I need to, add a decision tree if there's something there that we need to implement. But we can, again, get that first start to our diagramming process through AI. Now, if we want to do something a little bit more complex, let's go ahead and do just that. So I can go ahead and change out our text here to say, draw me a flow chart detailing the complexities of implementing a new feature within Lucid Spark. All right, so again, correct my spelling errors and then generate. So we're gonna go through this process of generating the diagram, and let's see what we get. There we go. Start, identify a new feature, design the new feature. You know, is there some type of negative to in regards to that potential feature towards, you know, user feedback? And you can, again, see the process that we're defining out. Now, something that is also in addition to just quickly adding in your own prompt to this is that if you like to potentially go back, there is new ways that we can start. So maybe if we want to start with a flow chart, okay, well, draw me a flow chart for it, and it's giving us that beginning prompt as well as examples. So project management process, troubleshooting guide for tech support. So if we click on one of these, you'll see that it's filled in that prompt that we can then make changes and edits to, but we can also just generate directly from that. And so now that we have that, here we go. We again have something that is that's giving me insight towards this guide for tech support. So again, if we go back from our other examples, instead of just doing standard flowchart shapes, if we want to look at class diagramming or sequence diagramming, we can do just that. So if we want to understand class diagramming for a fitness tracking application, again, we can go add that, make adjustments if we need to, and then finally generate. So as we continue our adventure inside of AI with Lucid Chart, there's going to be more functionality in terms of the shapes that are going to be used, as well as the information that's going to be provided inside of your diagram. And from there, you'll notice that we have entity relationship diagramming as well as Gantt chart as items that are going to be available soon. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Now, with AI, with Lucid overall, I want to make sure that I encourage users to do a little bit more with our capabilities, because not only are we able to do this auto diagramming, we can of course do things like highlight items, right click on them and summarize, so we can get a summarization of what has been selected. We can also use Universal Canvas to jump over to Lucid Spark, and I have some sticky notes here. But we can highlight all these sticky notes and do a number of things. We can either say generate more ideas based on the selection, whether that's one or one sticky note selected or multiple sticky notes selected. We can sort these ideas based on common themes, and we can also, of course, summarize them as well. So if we do the sort these ideas, now this could take a couple of seconds here as it's looking through, but it's going to provide these into containers and allow us to do a little bit more. So song title, security and infrastructure, as well as product development. So it's now looked at those sticky notes and provided us those containers while not necessarily affecting our original sticky note. So in this case, if we had these sticky notes with tags that we manually applied, we can still say highlight all those and again, come through the sorting process and just putting them into those tags. So again, explore the capabilities with AI and Lucid. So looking at the summarization, generating more ideas, as well as just generating ideas in general over a prompt, as well as in Lucid Chart, going through the process and auto diagramming based on AI. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.